I just helped a lifestyle Shopify brand add $24,500 in extra organic revenue in the past 30 days. And in this video, I'm going to break down what I did that led to this growth and gave this brand their highest revenue month ever. I'm going to show you exactly what I did for content, links, and on the technical side of things with examples and screenshots so that you can apply the same strategies to grow your own store. So this case study is for a seven-figure brand in the book lovers niche. Never thought of that as a niche before working with them, but it has been a very interesting project to work with them and to get them results this quickly. So at a high level, as I already mentioned, I got them a $24,500 increase in organic revenue in the past 30 days. So this did fall over Black Friday. And this revenue increase turned out to be a 157% increase. So it was 16.2 thousand in the period before just from Google search. And then in the past 30 days, bumped up to 40.7 thousand in organic search revenue just from Google, not considering any other search engines, ChatGPT or anything like that. Just looking at Google here, since have those numbers, those are easy to track here with analytics and Google Search Console and everything. So all the numbers I talk about here are just related to Google search. So you can see from here, the period November 11th, December 11th, 2025, compared to the previous 30 days, they got a 90% traffic increase. Started working with them in late September, actually. So yeah, already pretty much doubled the traffic here in the past 30 days, which led to more than double the organic revenue growth from Google, which has been great to see. So basically, this is a seven-figure brand that sells clothes and accessories for book lovers. They launched in early 2021, so they have been around almost for 5 years now. And most of their revenue actually comes from Instagram and Facebook. So they have a very big social media following. That's how they promote and launch their products. And they were already doing pretty well organically. They did have some traction already, have few backlinks at least, but really they wanted to start dominating their main product category. They saw their competitors were ahead of them, and they wanted to catch up on the organic side of things since they are already doing very well on Instagram and Facebook. So they reached out to me and I started working with them in late September here of this year, 2025. And I was able to quickly improve the rankings for their important collection page keywords very quickly in order to capitalize on the increased demand and search interests, shopping interests over Black Friday and to prepare for Q4. So being able to just get these results and push them, even if it's just up a few spots to the top of page one for the keywords that they were already doing well for, it really made a big difference on their business from being able to get those ranking increases right before the holiday season. So how we did it, in summary, pretty short summary here of what we did. Basically, pretty much all of the strategies that I talk about here on the channel is completed technical work and initial batch of content in just a 2-week sprint. So in 2 weeks from late September to the first 10 days of October, knocked out all the technical fixes and on-page optimizations, and then basically just started link building. And that's what we're still doing today. So that's a quick summary of everything we did. And there's really nothing crazy, anything fancy strategies going on here. Just kind of textbook Shopify SEO is what got the job done. So in terms of technical SEO, the store doesn't have that many products. It has a few hundred, but it's not like thousands or tens of thousands of SKUs in their product line. And really just had to clean up a few of these like minor technical issues that plague all Shopify stores by default, just by the way that Shopify is set up. So there wasn't a big unlock or quick win here. It's pretty much just make these quick fixes to set the store up, make sure the store isn't going to have any technical errors as they keep adding new products and new collections to their catalog here. And these items are pretty typical for most Shopify stores, and basically just knock these out in one day. And the main things that I looked at here were just no indexing paginated URLs. So they had different like page 1, page 2, page 3 of the different collections indexed, different product variants indexed as well, which I removed, and then just updated their robots.txt file to block the crawling of a lot of different unnecessary folders, subdirectories that get crawled by default in Shopify. So I just wanted to block those from getting crawled, just make sure that Google is focusing all their crawl budget on the most important pages here, namely their products and collections. And I have a video on my channel all about robots.txt, how to fix it, as well as each of these other issues as well for no indexing those type of pages. So those are available on my channel as well, exactly how I do it, how I approach it. But these were pretty quick fixes. And there's just one other technical item that I didn't address yet. And namely, this brand still had nested product URLs on their site, which again is something default by Shopify. Basically, multiple URLs for each product, which isn't, the kind of the cleanest setup. But I didn't address this yet, didn't fix this. The business owner was worried, didn't want to make any big changes with URLs or anything right before Q4. Obviously, the biggest shopping season, especially since their products make great gifts. So yeah, they didn't want to risk anything there, which completely understand. And again, this isn't none of these issues are like huge glaring errors or anything. It's kind of like nice to have. So yeah, look into this in Q1 of next year to get that cleaned up. But it wasn't a priority here. But I just wanted to point out that I did find something else that just wasn't even able to implement that yet. But that's it on the technical side of things. Like I said, very quick and simple here. I just knocked that out in less than a day. And moving on to content. So really, like most SEO strategies, this was the backbone of what we did, our plan. And I would estimate this drove 80-90% of the growth so far just from updating the existing collections on their site, as well as publishing new ones. So to get started with content side of things, of course, I like to say keyword research, which is step 0 in SEO. You need to know what you're optimizing for before you can even create or optimize any content around it. So kind of did this in 2 phases. So keyword research for all of their existing collections. So they had, I think it was like 16 existing collections. And what I wanted to do is just go through and make sure and find all the relevant keywords for each of their collections. And the site has been around for a while and has organic traction. So I was able to leverage Google Search Console data there to get more insight on the exact keywords and have a better idea of also on the search volumes of the different keywords for keywords that are already ranking on page 1, instead of having to rely on third-party metrics like Ahrefs, SEMrush for the different keywords. Able to use this kind of first-party data there to help inform the strategy even more. So yeah, basically this brand had, I think it was like 16 existing collections there, which to start off with, the collections only had like the page title and the products, no unique content or anything. So there's a lot of room to improve, which I'll get into in just a little bit. But in terms of keyword research, that's what I did for the existing collections, just planned out, there are at least probably like 5 to 15 different keywords for each of their existing collections. The main keyword, of course, as well as secondary keywords that I was able to find in order to incorporate that into the content. And then looking at their data, as well as looking at what competitors are doing well, I did keyword research to identify new collections that they should create just based on the different products that they offer, whatever collection made sense for them that has some sort of search volume and, of course, are relevant to their brand. So here you can see kind of the overall rankings for they're ranking for a lot of high volume commercial keywords. So yeah, a few months ago, some of these keywords were nowhere to be seen. And now ranking, these are just ones on page 1 or top of page 2 here for kind of the head terms, like the biggest keywords in their niche. So yeah, they have been moving up very nicely overall. And I'll dig into specific keywords here in just a second. In terms of the new content that we published, so they really only had one collection for their main product category, and this was the one that they really wanted to dominate. They offer lots of different types of products, but there's one category in particular that they really wanted to double down on, and just dominate. That's what they said in their first message to me. They wanted to dominate this category. So based on their product selection, I was able to identify different 18 variations actually of new collections that I created in order to expand this category. So to create different sub-collections basically, and created them based on variations of the models, features, styles, and colors of the different products that they offer. So you can see here, clear with checkered. So kind of different types, styles, colors of different products. There's just a little sample of some of the different sub-collections that we created. And this was the focus of the new content, of course. And I also created just one other collection in another category, just based on competitor research. I found a competitor that kind of took a different angle to a specific type of product that we're able to also create a collection there, basically, in addition to this main product category. So overall, we created 19 new collections, and later on, I did consolidate 6 of them. So 6 of them weren't ranking as well as they should have been. The main collection was still ranking for those keywords. So I actually went back, unpublished those, removed internal links, and then just went back to targeting those keywords from those 6 new pages on their main collection. Since, the main collection was still ranking for it, Google just likes seeing that one main collection ranking for these specific different types of models, different variations of their main collection. So no worries there. That's why you want to keep an eye on the rankings. And since not everything's not going to go 100% according to plan, so adjusted the strategy later on. Basically, after a month, when I saw that some of the new collections were ranking, doing well, so that tells me that okay, our keyword targeting was down, and we needed to have a new collection for those pages. That made sense. Whereas for these 6, just wasn't working out. So just kind of consolidated them into that main collection. And here's what it looks like after 2 months of publishing. So everything got published in early October. So it's been 2 months now. And these are some of the new collections. So you can see first, this refers to where they're ranking when I first started tracking it. So right when these new pages got published, so ranking nowhere. Some of them are on page 2, page 3, kind of like the main collection was kind of ranking for those keywords already. But most of these were nowhere to be found. And then, whereas now they're ranking top 5 or a couple dozen keywords just for the new collections. And these are just the keywords that I'm tracking. Of course, there are long tail variations of each of these as well. But here are just the main keywords that we're targeting for these new collections. Already in the top 5, top 3 in some cases here for the target keywords. So in addition to publishing that new content, we also had good success updating the existing collections because just in general with SEO, you can get quicker wins by getting more out of your existing content versus publishing new content. So it's kind of easier, especially if a page already has some traction, but it's not as optimized as it could be. After optimizing that page, you typically see faster ranking and traffic growth from updating existing content versus publishing new content. Though, of course, new content can still rank quickly. That's kind of like a general kind of not principle, but just something that happens in SEO. That's why we do both, of course. And we want to make sure that the existing collections are well optimized. So I basically updated each of their 16 existing collections with unique content, internal links, following framework. I have a full video on my channel of exactly how I optimize collection pages. And in summary, pretty much just added a unique content to each collection. So at the beginning, all these collections just had page title and a product grid, no unique content at all. They did have a meta description, but still that doesn't do much. So I wanted to add unique content to each of them and also juice things up with strategic internal links, which was very important. So basically for updating these collections, I just set everything out. So have the existing URL, of course, as well as the main keyword, secondary keywords, and also set out the internal links. So I have AI prompts workflow there for figuring out the most relevant pages to internally link together. So have all of that set out beforehand. And then have an AI workflow there that takes all those inputs, the URL, main keywords, secondary keywords, and internal links, and then spits out optimized content here with unique headings and a few hundred words of optimized content. Didn't add FAQs or anything. So that's one area where we could go even more in depth here if we wanted to. But we have gotten good results just from publishing a few hundred words. Most of these pages are like 280, 300 words. So nothing too crazy on the content side of things. Basically just enough to give Google more context and include mentions of all of our secondary keywords in there, as well as, really kind of thorough internal linking structure and make sure that there are no orphan pages, no collection pages are left out of this internal linking structure. And everything is just well connected pretty much and made it very clear to Google of what keywords that we're trying to target on each of these collection pages. So here you can see of these pages that we updated. So many of these, pretty high volume commercial keywords, nowhere to be found when we first started. Pretty low visibility, whereas now ranking page 1, page 2 for these keywords. So in a matter of just 2 months, we did have pretty big jumps. Some of these like ranking nowhere to number 1, nowhere to number 3. So that was great to see. And I'll go over exactly what we did for that page in particular in just a second. But we have seen a lot of good ranking movement here for the existing keywords that they were kind of targeting on their site, but not doing a great job. So just cleaning up the on-page SEO, enabled this brand to start dominating on some of these pretty big categories. So here's an example of an existing collection, which is pretty much like a catch-all accessories page. And basically just lists most of their products, almost all of their products, really. It seemed like this page was kind of just haphazardly put together. Not much thought was put into it. Just like, oh, we just have, here's all of our products pretty much. So that was fine. Like the collection page was there, but it wasn't targeting any keywords. It was just kind of like accessories, and that was it. And as you see here, so I'll kind of skip ahead, but basically this is just looking at that specific page from Google. Search Console. This is from SEO Gets, kind of analytics tool. But basically, crickets, like in September before we started, like pretty much no traffic when we started. So this page, was not doing much. And what happened was I saw a competitor getting traffic for a collection with similar products. So I saw the opportunity there. Hey, like they're optimized for these keywords. We also have those products. So we can just optimize that existing page that's already created, but just poorly optimized or just not even optimized at all. It's just like had a title and that was it. And so what we did, just re-optimize that page for those keywords and added all those internal links, unique content to it, just like with all the collections. And so the ranking shot up for that page in just a few days, and 3 days actually. And now it's ranking number 1 for the main keyword and driving 10 organic visitors per day instead of 0 or maybe 1 per day max. But here we can kind of see these are the like 3 main keywords. So obviously the 2 biggest ones already ranking in the top 3, which is amazing to see. And here I have like kind of a timeline. So from when I put the keyword in the rank tracker, ranking nowhere, position 200. So it wasn't even in the first 200 results. And here, early October, optimize that collection with the new content, just like with all the other pages. So this page was also now had internal links from other collections, which helped as well. So the ranking started moving up, and it was ranking number 8 in just 3 days. So nowhere to be seen. And then, hey, we actually added our main keyword to the title, to the content, some secondary keywords as well, internal links. And now in just 3 days, page 1, and kind of just hanging around the bottom of page 1, fell back to page 2 here after a couple of weeks, back up to page 1. And towards the end of November, we actually built 1 link to it. So it was November 29th. I checked it before making the video, what date that link actually went live. And now early December or mid-December, December 12th, from when the screenshot was, that page is now ranking number 1. So from nowhere to number 1 in 2 months, which, it was great to see. Very high volume keyword, and it is getting traffic and sales as well. But you can just see the growth here. So in the past 3 months compared to the previous 3 months, over 3,000% traffic increase, which is great. And this page is actually now their second highest traffic collection. So from these keywords as well as more keywords. So I've already talked about how we updated their existing collections and published new collections. But there was a bit of overlap as well. So from a content audit, so just from my initial findings from the site, I saw that they had a few collections that overlapped or kind of cannibalized each other. So what happened here is they had basically three different collections, all kind of targeting similar keywords, and only one of them was getting any traffic. So this like sweatshirts one, you can see here, sweatshirts was the only one getting traffic. The other ones had like similar products, no traffic, nothing going on. And one of these was actually discontinued. So I think, they stopped selling these like sweaters, but they still have sweatshirts and hoodies as well. So basically what I did here as like a quick content audit, I just unpublished these other ones. So we kept the main sweatshirts collection and then just unpublished this like sweaters and like book lover sweatshirts or something like that. Book lover sweaters, one of those, and just redirected those to the main sweatshirts collection and then re-optimized it for book lover sweatshirts as well as hoodies, since the top competitor was ranking number 1, their same page for number 1 for both sweatshirts and hoodies on the same page. So I just decided to follow that example as well. You can see here, so hoodie, this page is ranking for that as well. So sweatshirts and hoodies here. That's kind of like the only kind of content cleanup that we did, besides just updating actual content. This was kind of publishing and redirecting a few pages just to make sure that there was no cannibalization issues anymore. So that covers what we did, the content side of things. And lastly, kind of pillar number 3 of Shopify SEO is link building. So this store started out as a DR13, which of course doesn't mean much, but basically that just tells me, okay, they have like some links, but they're not like a super powerful site. They probably haven't done any like specific link building campaigns or very little bit, which in this case, they all these mentions were just naturally came naturally from just getting their products getting picked up from different blogs, different review sites, and their top competitors. Just to get an idea of how competitive the niche is, I like to look at the top competitors. And here, their biggest direct competitors are only like were DR 31, 38, so not even DR 40. And they have like 4 to 5 times the overall organic traffic of the site. So after a couple of months of link building, now the store is at DR 20. So they have moved up substantially from building these quality links, which I'll get into the details of the types of links that I've been building for them. And actually, in the late September, a lot of sites like their DR dropped. So if you've been around SEO, probably noticed that a lot of sites dropped like 5, 10, even like 20 DR points. So like from DR 30 to 20, got a lot of links got devalued. But in this case, even with that kind of update, the DR increased substantially here. So just from the links that we built. Of course, DR doesn't really matter. What matters is the rankings and the revenue. That's why I covered that first. I just want to go over, kind of on the link building side of things, what it looks like, kind of break down just based on kind of third-party tools and how I approach building links here. But I basically just wanted to show with this data that they already had a few links, but they weren't crushing it. And now they're moving up in the domain authority arena. Looking at the top competitors, pretty much just tells me this is a fairly low competition niche overall. So the top competitors aren't like DR50s, DR70s, have been around for like 15 years. Nothing like that. So not even DR40s. So that tells me pretty low competition. And this brand shouldn't need many links to their main pages to see a big positive impact. So in terms of the breakdown of the links that we built, just been doing between 5 to 8 links per month starting in October. So we did 5 links in October, then 8 in November, and now 8 in December as well. What I've been doing in terms of the pages that I'm targeting is that we built 2 homepage links per month since, they don't have a ton of homepage links, don't have very high domain authority to like just build links to collection or product pages. That's why I'm mixing in homepage links as well. Maybe you could drop that down to 1 link or stop doing homepage links in a few months. But for now, I just want to keep building homepage links, just pretty much the most natural link you can get, like branded homepage link. So it doesn't do any harm, and that can help power up the rest of your site as well. Since we're not going to build links to every single collection, but if you have good internal linking from your homepage to the rest of your store, that kind of link equity, link juice will funnel down to those pages from the links built to your homepage. So doing 2 homepage links per month, and the rest are split across their top collections. And here it's kind of an interesting case. So they are already ranking well without any backlinks, but I don't want to count on not needing any links or that they'll just keep ranking well forever. Since if you're already ranking number 1, there's only one way to go from there, which is down. Kind of split up the strategy here, called it like building links for offense and for defense. So for the defense, really what I want to do there is just defend, make sure that we build enough links so that to justify our ranking position. So for example, their highest traffic page, their biggest collection for their most important product category had 0 backlinks to it. So I definitely think it's worth investing in at least a few links to help keep it there, make sure that they stay there over the long term. Typically, once keywords are ranking like in the top 3, I tend to stop building links to them. But in this case, since they are ranking well, this is like their most important page. I want to just, even though it's already ranking very well in the top 3, just want to build enough links so that to justify their ranking position pretty much. And just not give Google an excuse to rank other stores above them here. And then also for these new collections or new keywords that are kind of moving up in the rankings, this is like the offense. So basically once you're ranking like on page 1, 2, 3, somewhere you're kind of within striking distance. So building links just kind of accelerates your ranking progress there. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it, like splitting things up, homepage, and then kind of offense and defense here for the different collection pages. And in terms of the actual links that I built, the anchor text using a mix of just branded and target anchors. So, like including keyword mentions here, which are the most aggressive but most effective types of links. And yeah, just mixed those with branded anchors just to not be overly aggressive and risk kind of getting penalized or anything from going too crazy with just the keyword anchors, and using a mix of guest posts and link insertions. So nothing fancy, no PR or anything like that. So just targeted guest posts and link insertions. A couple of things I'll say though about the sites that I'm targeting with the outreach is trying to get a mix of from relevant and powerful sites that have organic traffic. So overall, the types of sites that we build links from have like pretty good DR. So they are like they have decent authority themselves and some traffic. And in a few cases here, I've actually pursued backlinks from sites with lower traffic than what I typically go for just because they're so relevant. So here, for example, a couple of these are like under 1,000 traffic, which generally wouldn't go for that. But like these sites have like literally the niches in their domain name, like super relevant. They've been around for a while. They have their own backlink profile as well, pretty solid domain authority, domain rating themselves. And they do have some organic traffic. So it's not like zero. It still has like at least a few hundred organic traffic. And they're so relevant that for me, I'd prefer like super relevant and powerful over like the traffic in this case. So basically, I'm willing to take sites with lower traffic if they are domain authority themselves and are super relevant, which they are in this case. And you'll see you have like even higher domain authority links mixed in as well from sites that have a lot more traffic. So yeah, just a pretty good overall mix of the different sites that we're able to get links from. So overall, I mean, we've built 5 plus 16, 21 links here in 3 months. And yeah, they're getting good results. So we're just going to keep doing, I believe, 8 links per month and see how that goes. Could increase that. If the client wants to keep doubling down here, really dominate this category. But like I said, they don't need a ton of links. So don't need to be even too aggressive here on the link building side. Just kind of drip them out 5 to 8 per month and just monitor their progress. Okay, so that's everything that we've done for this site so far. Pretty straightforward, kind of textbook Shopify SEO strategy. So the plan moving forward is to keep building these strategic backlinks to boost specific keyword rankings. So between the homepage and their top collection pages. So yeah, like I said, currently 8 per month, which is enough to move the needle, especially for a store that hasn't really done any link building in the past. They should be able to catch up to their competitors in a few months. And also going to keep an eye on the collection page rankings to update or re-optimize the site where necessary, like how I unpublished a few of the new collections that we created just because they weren't moving well. So keep an eye out for opportunities like that come up. And if the brand launches new products, we create new collections where it makes sense. And where they're able to just create new collections that align with their product lineup, since they do constantly launch new products. So there is even room besides like the models, colors, different sizes, can even add in, for example, like seasonal or holiday collections as well, which haven't even gotten to that yet. So that's one area moving forward that we can do even better, just staying up to date and just creating as many collections as we can. And that is how we're able to grow the organic traffic 90% to drive over $24,500 in new organic revenue in the past 30 days after working with this brand for 2.5 months now. So you can get quick results, especially for sites that already have some traction by doing good on-page SEO, making a few technical fixes, and then just powering up the whole system with strategic backlinks. You can see results very quickly, even in 2025 and moving into 2026. So if you want my help to apply these same strategies to grow your own Shopify store, book a call with me using the first link in the description below. Talk about your brand, see where you're at, where you're trying to get to, and how I can help you get there. So that's if you want completely done for you, hands-off Shopify SEO that gets results just like you saw in this video. Otherwise, if you want to just talk about your store and take things into your own hands, but you want some direction, you can also book a consulting call with me on my site, contentfire.co. If you want personalized, actionable advice, I can show you the exact keywords and show you a bit more than went over in this video and give you a roadmap to apply these same strategies to grow your store. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.